Wormhole, I'm DHaus here with a different video than I think I've ever done. I'm by myself, not playing games. I'm just talking about Keyforge, and here's why. On our YouTube channel, on the Wild Wormhole, we have somewhere near, let's see, I don't know, 600 subs, 629 subs. And I believe that many of you subbed during 2018 when Keyforge was released, and you never unsubbed, and you might be scrolling through your feed wondering, what is this Wild Wormhole? I don't even remember why I subbed to this, and I'm here to remind you why you subbed to the Wild Wormhole, because you love Keyforge, and I'm here to tell you why you should be excited to play Keyforge again. That's right, we are playing it again. The game has been on hiatus, and I'll admit, I was skeptical. Would Keyforge ever come back? Would it return? I stopped playing for a while. I said, I'm going to take a break, see what happens. And then we got the news in June of 2022, if you're watching this in the future, that Keyforge is indeed coming back. Ghost Galaxy, Christian T. Peterson has brought it back from not quite the grave, but definitely on its deathbed, and has given new life, and I am so invigorated. I'm so excited about what is happening with Keyforge that I thought I'm going to make a video of the reasons why you, subscriber or just casual onlooker, maybe this hit your feed somehow, I don't know why, but why you should be excited to play Keyforge again. So, for your very first question, I'm just going to tell you right now. The game, reason number one, the game is still the same game that you got excited to play in the first place. Okay, unique decks, 36 cards, completely unique to you. It's still the same. It's still the same game. When you heard that the algorithm creates this deck that's 36 unique cards, unique Archon art, unique names, hilarious names, by the way, it's still the same game that you fell in love with originally. So, there's no net decking, there's no deck building. Actually, recently I was talking to a friend. I used to play Star Wars Destiny. I was very involved with Star Wars Destiny. Played to a top 8 finish at Star Wars Destiny World Championships in 2018. And I was relenting the fact that I spent more time deck building in that game than actually playing. I was always trying to discover the next unique deck, the idea that no one had ever thought of, and no one else was playing this deck. And I spent more time building decks, probably 4 or 5 times more time building decks than actually playing the game, and I'm honestly like sad about that. And so I love this about Keyforge, that we just play games. We play more games. You play your decks, you learn the personality of the deck, you find the hidden gems that maybe the SAS score or whatever ranking system you use underrates, and you find this thing that makes sense, and you play it perfectly, and nobody knows what's coming because you pull off this combo, and like and every deck, every time you sit down, you're not playing another game of Monopoly, you're playing a game of Keyforge, which is unlike any other game that you have ever played. It's completely unique, and no one has played that game, and that is so exciting. The concept remains the same. They're breaking barriers. Every new expansion, they can do new things because it's a new expansion. They can try something new, which is super, super exciting, including this next set, which leads me to point number 2. Reason number 2 you should be excited about playing Keyforge again is that token creatures are coming. Okay, let me show you this. Token creatures are coming. We've got these cool little token guys coming in. They're going to show up on the back of the Archon cards, which I know maybe everybody doesn't love. I love it. But there are 28 different versions of these token creatures that could be popping up in your deck. And doing crazy things. So even if your deck is similar to another deck, the token creature might be different, which makes your deck completely different and more unique. 28 different versions, okay, people? We got tokens coming in. Again, just a creative expression of what this game, what Keyforge can actually do. So token creatures are coming. This next set is exciting. Dark Tidings was met with like, it's cool in some ways, and in other ways, it's not as fun. Taking chains for the Tide is not exactly fun. Drawing less cards doesn't feel empowering, but this feels empowering. I'm making new creatures and doing fun things, so I'm very, very, very excited about this. That's point number 2. So the next expansion is Winds of Exchange, and it's being crowdfunded, and I'm really excited about that too. But more on that later. Number 3, all decks are still playable. You might be worried that your old decks aren't playable from the old Master Vault, but guess what, guys? They are. All these decks, you can start to see some of my decks here. All of the decks that you bought in 2018, 2019, 2020, all the things, they're all still playable. That's the beauty of Keyforge. You can play Call of the Archons Coda deck against a Winds of Exchange deck and have a great time. And because of the way that Keyforge is played, one isn't necessarily better. In a lot of other games, the new set is just better. In Keyforge, that's just not the case. So all decks are still playable. You can play the very first deck you ever played. Let's see. I wonder if I can pull up my very first deck. Let's see if there it is. This is the very first deck, Keyforge deck, I ever opened. Right here, Supplicant LeBron. I always called it LeBron James. But this is my very first Keyforge deck, and I love this deck. It has all these weird kind of things that happen with Fertility Chant and Key Charge and Nepenthe Seed and like all these weird and Virtuous Works, a lot of Raw Ember Pips. It's just super fun. Guess what, guys? Your favorite decks from Coda, when you opened them in 2018, 2019, whenever, are still playable. You can still play them. You don't have to buy another Keyforge deck if you don't want to. Just play more Keyforge, which is the point of this video. Show up to the local Keyforge tournament and bring your old Coda deck or AOA deck or whatever and play it. That's how great this game is, okay? That's reason number 3, all decks are still playable. Reason number 4 is, speaking of being playable, you can play your decks online all day, every day on the Crucible.online. Right here on TCO, you can hop online and you can find all these kinds of games playing right now. I could hop into a competitive game right now. You can play all these games. You can hop on here. You can import your decks. These are all my decks, and it tracks your win-loss on online. You can see, how things are going with some of these decks. Here you can see I'm 9-3 with Tamar. You can hop online, play your decks on TCO. I was talking to someone today who got super excited about Keyforge initially, but then sort of left, and then I told them, hey, you can play online. They're like, what? You can play this game online? Yes. A group of volunteers run this site, the Crucible.online, and you can play Keyforge all the time. In my opinion, it is the best volunteer-run digital implementation of a physical card game, and it's just in your web browser. You can play it in a coffee shop. You can play it on your lunch break at work. It's so user-friendly. It's so easy. The rules are coded in. Hop on the Crucible.online. That's reason number 4 to get excited about playing Keyforge again. Reason number 5, if digital is a fun idea to you, as a dad of 2 young kids, I need the digital implementation. I can't get out of the house all the time. I need it. There are tournaments and leagues happening all the time. You've got the NKFL, Archon's Corner, Average Joe's. In fact, let me just bring up my next one. Here on DOK, they have like different things. You can see all the different stuff that's happening this week alone, okay? This is the week of September 5th, and you see all these different events that are happening. You can hop online, and you can play in these chain-bound events. How cool is that? So Arkansas Corner, Average Joe's, ABR, Newton Time Shapers, KFPL, Swindle. These are just the ones off the top of my head. I mean, no offense if I forgot one. There's just so many. I love it. And a lot of them are just casual in nature. I've met some very cool people playing in these tournaments. You can actually check out our YouTube channel. You can see some of my games on there and the way that I, lose games. But it's so much fun. There's so many ways to play online, even if you can't leave your house. So for the other people who are just, I can't get out, for whatever reason, there are ways to play Keyforge and play the decks you own and get reps on them, okay? Reason number 6. The community is great. No, actually, the community is the best community I've ever been a part of. People love talking about Keyforge. There are so many Discord channels to join. ABR, Archon's Corner, Sanctimonious. Sanctimonious has some really cool, unique things. Even if they're not producing podcasts, they've got a ton of great fun things like live blogging, deck opening that I love to open decks in there. Tabletop Royale, which also has a great live stream on Twitch. And, dare I say it, I'm getting out of character for a moment. Call of Discovery. It hurts to say it, but it's true, guys. Call of Discovery has amazing content. The musical episode number 100, 101 episodes of Keyforge right here. You can go back, and the deck discovery episodes, there's lots of creative stuff. They recently interviewed a former FFG employee. Lots of cool information. They do, Zach Armstrong does Twitch streams on Tuesdays, and you can find different ways to watch and engage in Keyforge. You've got Murph, and you've got Dinobot, and you've got dear goodness, Flocks them all. I mean, I don't want to offend any of the Keyforge content creators out there, because there's just so many, and I love it because right now there's just like this resurgence of content out there that you can enjoy and you can watch and you can listen to, or whatever kind of fits your fancy for games. It's out there, and so please go watch them. If you listen or support Call of Discovery, don't tell them I sent you. I don't need that boosting their ego, or like, we need to keep the rivalry, strong. But for the sake of Keyforge, I guess it's fine. Just go enjoy some of that. Reason number 7, I'm excited about why you should be excited about playing Keyforge again. Ghost, Galaxy, and Christian T. Peterson. Again, Keyforge was, slowly, in a lot of hard times. Okay. There were some tough things about what was happening, and so Christian T. Peterson came in and said, "Hey, I'm going to bring life back into this game," and so here we go. We've got a Game Found campaign. We've got sorry guys, this is not the most professional of recordings, but we're gonna do it anyways. We've got this Game Found campaign that by the time you're watching this, it might be already live. But the reality is they're crowdfunding this. We've got 87. Wow, this is up like 500 since this morning. 8739 people following Keyforge right now. And a lot of cool updates coming from them. They've got different tiers that you can back. Let's see if we can pull up some of the updates. Here we go. We'll look at some of the things, the tiers that they have coming, where you can subscribe, you can help crowdfund this thing. You can get a 2-player set, you can get a couple decks, you can go on this, and I'm gonna scroll through. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time on this, but you can get your name on a tournament legal Keyforge deck right here. I mean, come on, you want a Keyforge deck with your name on it. And so that you can play your friends, your significant others, your enemies, and destroy them with your name on a Keyforge deck. I mean, come on. On a personalized playmat with your name on it. To just rub salt in that wound, okay? I mean, casually, but lovingly, There's just so many cool things happening here. If we're still in the crowdfunding part of Keyforge, go support it. If we're past that, just know the game is in good hands. Christian Peterson is the guy who brought Keyforge to life in the first place with Richard Garfield, and brought it to FFG and said, this game is changing the rules. This game is bringing life to tabletop gaming. He's communicating constantly with the community. He's working with content creators like me and others to bring spoilers and interviews and all these things. He's been around the block. He knows how to bring a game to life, and I have so much faith in him. In fact, they already listened to community feedback and added a tier to the crowdfunding campaign within less than 24 hours because people said there needs to be a tier for just decks, and guess what? They did it. They're listening. This is not the same old FFG that we used to know. This is a new company, Ghost Galaxy, who's killing it, okay? They are not perfect. They're human. They're going to make mistakes, but you know what? They are doing their best, and I love what I'm seeing from them, and that should give you hope. If you got burned in the past, this should give you hope, okay? And last, reason number 8 why you should be excited to play Keyforge again is that to this day, I believe this is the easiest collectible-ish, competitive-ish game to introduce to new players. I have been teaching approximately 1 new player per week right now. I'm just committed to growing the local community because I love this game, and so I've been teaching approximately 1 new player per week. I have a group me chat with like 14, 15 new players right now. They're jumping online. They're buying new decks. They're asking questions about how to what to pursue because the concept is special. The second I tell someone like 36 cards and you're the only person in the whole world who has this combination of cards, it's like immediate boom. Yes, I'm in. $10, sure. 10, 13, whatever it is at MSRP, because this game is casual and it's competitive. There's something for everybody, and not every game can say that. It can be played at the kitchen table or the World Championships, which, by the way, is also something to be excited about. Christian Peterson owns the Game Center, formerly the FFG Game Center, in Minnesota, and he's committed to playing games in person, which means I am expecting at some point they'll make a Keyforge World Championships 2023 announcement at the Game Center in Minnesota, and I can't not wait because Keyforge never got it. The pandemic ruined it. So I think World Championship is coming. You know I'll be there. And there's so much to be excited about. Even the fact that the original Keyforge World Championships was supposed to be a team event, and I'm hoping it can be that again because it's just a unique way that we can play this game with all the variants and formats and all this stuff. But again, it's so easy to introduce new players, and with this new set coming out, there's opportunity here to invite more players into this already awesome community. Okay, people, that is 8 reasons why you should be excited to play Keyforge again. And I don't know what games you're playing right now, but I just want to personally invite you to try come back to Keyforge, or maybe you're watching this and you've never played Keyforge and you're just like, what is this? Come play Keyforge. Hop on the beginner tab on the Crucible. You can play in the beginner tab on there. Hop in these Discord channels. There's so many good ones. Reach out, comment here. I'm happy to help you personally because I just believe in this game. It's so good, and it has brought so much happiness and joy that I want more people to experience this. So if any of the 8 reasons I talked about speak to you, I want to hear about it. Please send your comments below. You can follow Wild Wormhole. I mean, obviously, I would love if you like and subscribe on YouTube because it helps just expand Keyforge to more players who are just following on YouTube. Would love for you to do that if you're feeling it. If we're still in the crowdfunding piece, help fund the game. Let's bring this back to life. Talk to your local stores. Keyforge is coming back, y'all, and I'm so excited. And that's it. Man, I'll see you on the Crucible. I hope all your wormholes are truly chaotic, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.